I think I was tired.
Oh, that was not tire.
What was that? Is that front or rear?
That was front. That was this side.
There's a coilover breaker. Yeah. I just shut it off. You're not moving.
Oh, no.
You ain't going nowhere.
And this is where we're at now. So this thing is broken. So as you see, the stud for the ball joint has actually snapped off completely. It's still in the subframe, and that's of course because it moves. That fell out, so there's only one bolt holding this on. So should not be hard to get the arm off, and get the arm off and just basically just press another ball joint in there, and we should be good to go. Did a little bit of damage. This was already falling off anyways. This falls off all the time. Try to glue it, but here's what it is. And my fender is no longer connected to the body of the car, so so that's pretty bad, but here's what it is. And do a little bit of fender damage also. So let's just get to work, I guess.
Good thing is it's sliding.
Well, at least the ground was wet, so the tires slide a little bit.
You also had any some of that coolant down here?
Yeah.
All right, brake was on.
This motherfucker. Either side of this.
This thing.
Oh, shit.
That's good.
Jump for that.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So taking the control arm is going to be pretty easy at this point because I don't have to worry about that bolt because it's snapped. Hardest part is going to be getting that stud out of the subframe because it's still bolted at the top, but hopefully there's enough room to get in there. I think there's an Allen key at the top, so I might be able to put an Allen key and then hit the wrench, and hopefully it'll break loose that way so I can hold it in place, but we'll see. Gotta take this off and then one bolt right here. So, oh, this bolt. So hopefully this ball joint's still good because I did not bring a replacement for that one. Yeah. This is kind of what I feared, trying to get this ball joint out without destroying it. I should have just bought an extra one of those also, but I thought about that on my way over here. So by then, obviously it was too late. Look at that worked. trying to get the coilover loose, it just vibrated and fell out.
That's fucking great.
All right.
That's why people like air hammers, probably.
So here's the new ball joint, the one that broke. You see the long stud, it's snapped about here. And see at the top it has an Allen, so I should be able to hold an Allen there and then twist the bolt off, hopefully. I'm glad these are actually easy to replace. This is actually from an E30. So this is a CNC 71 angle kit. I lost my control arm, it's somewhere. But yeah, and then you just get an E30 ball joint, I think for inner and outer. But yeah, straight up from an E30. So easy to find. Thank God. You know, I never cared about these oil leaks until I get under the car and have to work on it. Because this thing is so bad. This thing is so bad. I usually just send it, put it in the garage, send it again. Like, it's the first time in like a year, maybe even longer than since I broke something on the actual car. So I just, again, just change the oil. Don't even get under the car to do that. I use the little vacuum pump thing. Takes a while, but it works. So I'd never get under this car. So I never see the leaks. It's out of my mind, out of sight, out of mind. But it is in my face now. Oh, I got the nut off. I gotta get this thing out. There we go. That wasn't that hard. Sweet. That's the part I was worried about, how hard it would be to get this bolt out. That was actually easier than the first part. So now it's time to press in the new bolt, replace everything, and we should be good to go. So it's a badly looking brake, but it's not that difficult to replace. Well, I don't know. We gotta use a press. I hope they have a press. They better have a press. They should have a press. Y'all got a press, right? Some of the stuff Ashton's working on right now. So if you're not familiar, this is Ashton's shop where he did the powder coating. Did powder coating for some wheels for me before, and did my intercooler piping also. So but we've been good friends long before he started powder coating. So we're just yeah, he's growing his business and I use him. And over there, I'm not sure what's going on over there. 27 millimeter was the perfect answer for a ball joint. So if you need to press one of those out, 27. Perfect. Also take note of how the ball joints come out, because there is actually a direction. You see the little divots on the edges? So they do have to face the same way when you go put a new one in there. So I remembered it. I didn't take a picture, but I remembered it. So I know how it goes in there. Hopefully. Hopefully. Look at that, snug, good to go. All right, just gotta put this back in the car. Believe it or not, this is a Miata. You guys have probably seen this before if you've been watching the channel for a while, but just in case you haven't, this is the odd rod machine. And then there's a spare Miata. But yeah. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. Just milling off the edges just so it's super clean. So when you put the bolts on there, it'll be super clean. Looks good. And this looks bad. Oh, look at my fender. Yo, that thing is destroyed. Oh my God. I know that. I was talking. I know it's that bad. This is really bad. This is full on folded inside. Oh my God. I'm trying to decide if I even want to like fix it or just leave it. At this point, it doesn't matter. I guess I have to because it's a huge gap here. So it looks kind of funny. Now I see why, because I was wondering what was going on there, but obviously it's because my fender's folded in. And also I am still rubbing on the inside. I thought I was done rubbing, but apparently I'm still rubbing, so I'm going to have to add a little bit of spacer. But I must not be rubbing hard. I think I'm just barely rubbing. It looks like I'm rubbing hard. Some of those marks were before, but I think I'm rubbing just hard enough to keep doing that, but not hard enough to make me spin out, because I never really spin out. If I was spinning out while I was doing it, it would make sense. And that's his oven. He's powder coating. If you ever hear that loud beep.
Brackets.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm trying to bend it back, but it's too tough. It is still metal, and it's hard to bend bare metal, especially when it's bended the opposite direction. So I think I'm not going to do it today, but I'm just going to have to cut this off. I think if I just get a clean shave right here, an angle grinder, cut this whole piece off, and somewhat fix it, and then I could bend this back a little bit, and then it'd be somewhat normal. But for today, it's just going to stay. Again, I just want to make the car drivable, bring it home, and then we'll worry about this rest of this stuff later. I could do that in my own garage, but this is that's bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Well, anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and put this back in, and should be good to go. This I could just slide back into the lollipop. I may not have to. Yeah, I don't have to take the lollipop out and put it back, because it kind of slides around on the thing anyways. I don't know if it's meant to do that, but it is a two-piece lollipop when you put it together. So probably has a reason for that. So I don't know. So, but as long as the other two bolts are in, it won't fall out of the lollipop. That's why it fell out, because it was missing a whole bolt. So let's put this thing back in, and we'll be done. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely have to pull the lollipop off. If you're ever in a position where you're trying to screw the ball joint in and it's just spinning, just get a jack and push it up as hard as you can from the bottom, because the top of it is coned, so the further it pushes up in there, the tighter it will be. So now that it's pushed up with the jack, now it doesn't spin anymore, so now I can actually tighten it. Alright, and we are officially fixed. Everything looks even still, so other than the fenders. But it's drivable. Well, it should be. I'll have to take it for a quick test drive and make sure everything still feels normal. Alright, still drives straight. It turns the opposite direction. Straight fender. But I think we're good. So cool. Full lock. Good to go. Back to the center. There's another car coming. We're good. Full lock. And back to the center. All right. We are fixed. The Roxanne, the drift car, is back in action. So I'm gonna pick it up another day. I don't feel like driving this car home. I'm in the daily, gotta run to a couple more errands, but the car is fixed. So I'm probably just gonna leave it here, and then I'll pick it up maybe tomorrow or the day after. I have to get an Uber here or something, because it's a little ways from my house, but it'll be all right. It's fixed. So again, can't really test it because there's a truck out there. Otherwise I would have did some donuts to make sure everything's good, but I'm sure it's fine, and I kind of don't want to break it again here. I'd rather break it closer to home, but it's cool. So still ugly, but it's okay. kind of. It's whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. My drift car is back in action. Hopefully you learned how to change a ball joint. Pretty simple job, as long as you have a press and a little bit of time. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Deuces. See you in the next one.